All right.
Hello. I'm here
Yeah.
again with
Hi.
my friends Courtney and Susan. They are the co owners of Adventure Therapy Travel, and we love to talk about all things travel. And Courtney and Susan have both this past fall been to Disney World and Universal. And as we know, the pandemic has changed so much. And without fail, it has not changed your experience at Disney World and Universal too. So I'm going to let them just share what they found when they went. Let's see, Courtney, you went in September, I believe.
Yes, I went to
And
Disney
Susan,
in
you went in
November.
September and also in November.
Correct.
So y'all just share what differences you've seen from like back in the normal times to right now.
Okay. Um, let's see. I guess we can start with Universal. Um, when we went in September, there were people wearing masks, but not everybody was. Now it's changed since then, so I've got to preface it by saying that. But when we were there in September, you saw people wearing a mask in line, and sometimes you saw them wearing a mask in the ride, but most people were not. It wasn't really enforced at that point in time. Now, fast forward to today, and since we've been back, they have updated their policy, and probably because of the new variant that has come out, they are now requiring masks at all inside locations, the same as
Okay,
Disney.
just inside. So outside, you can still go without your mask.
Yes, as of right now, you can. Yes, and that may change. I mean, the way things are going, that may change tomorrow. But as of
Today
right
is
now,
December the 28th, so
yes,
it could
yes,
change tomorrow.
yes, exactly. I didn't really notice. Everybody was super friendly. I didn't see a huge change as far as the people that worked there. If anything, I really thought they were very nice. I mean, John and I both were very impressed with Universal's staff. They weren't ugly about anything. Like, they were just very helpful and very hospitable. And so we had a really good time at Universal, and it was pretty magical. We enjoyed it a lot. But we're big Harry Potter fans, and so is my daughter, and so we had a really big time getting to see Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade and riding the train back and forth. It
That's
was a
fun.
really cool experience.
Could you tell a difference in the mood of the other people that were there, the visitors? Could you because I mean, a lot of people get real stressed out about the mask. So
Yeah, I didn't see any stress going on.
pretty
Um,
good.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what even, John and I were talking about that. Everybody was happy. I mean, there was not any stress on anybody's face. I didn't feel like Universal was that different. And even if I went back now with having to wear the mask, I don't think it would make that big of a deal, to be honest with you,
Good.
because we had
Good.
to wear the mask at Disney at that time, and so um, I couldn't tell a huge difference. We had gone in July, back when they weren't requiring masks. And on our last day there, they changed the mask mandate.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So we were looking at our email the night before. We're in the hotel room. I'm like, we gotta wear a mask tomorrow. So, um, and we kind of laughed about it, like, well, we made it through our whole trip, but it wasn't so bad. And I like to wear those. I was telling Susan, I think they're called pomchi, the masks that are real thin. Um,
It's like almost like a nylon material.
Yeah, it's good to wear that in the Florida heat, in my opinion. I couldn't wear one of those thick ones or anything that's real super thick. I could not probably do that in the Florida heat. But the pomchi mask, we all wore those, and we were fine. Um, and so when we went in September, Susan also went. And then one of our travel agents, Pam, she got to go with us too, and we Disney was requiring at that time, which they still are, that you wear masks at all inside locations.
So you were never at a time where you had to wear it outside. It was always
Right.
just indoors.
Yes.
Exactly.
And even
Yes.
if the ride is inside, you'd have to wear it on the ride.
You do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disney is a stickler about that. You got to have it. You can't just have it in your hand. Like, if you're stepping in to get in line for the ride, you got to have it on.
It has to be already on.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it has changed to that at Universal now too. So
Yes.
both of those major theme park resorts are doing the same thing. And Universal's policy states that from the getting in line for the experience until you exit the experience, the attraction or whatever,
Okay. Yes.
you have to have the mask on. And so, you know, but I will say I was there in November again and it was the same requirement, and it wasn't that big a deal. I mean, it was obviously warmer in September and you know than it was in November, but neither time did I feel like it was unreasonable because we were inside and the heat is typically outside. So it wasn't that big a deal. We've all pretty well grown accustomed to dealing with the mask at this point anyway, and to just put it on and off. But when you go into a restaurant, you sit down, then you take it off. So you were never with it on for an extended period of time.
Yeah, you got little breaks in there, and I mean, some things have changed at Disney, after the pandemic has hit. Like they don't really, they still haven't brought back where you can go up and meet the characters anymore. They still stand at a distance, and you can go stand in front of them while they're way back here and take a picture, or something like that. Or they do these little, they call them cavalcades, those little pop-up parades that they're doing in all the parks. And honestly, I love those. I hope they keep doing them, because like when we were at Animal Kingdom, there's a river that runs, I guess, around Animal Kingdom or through it. And so you walk over these bridges at Animal Kingdom and you would hear this music playing, and you'd peek over and there's Rafiki or somebody, going by on a float. I think they call those flotillas. Isn't that what they call them?
I think
That's
so.
fine.
And so those are cute.
And I really did like the flotillas and the cavalcades. They were,
I did
and
too.
it was just a fun little, surprise pop up. You
never knew when it was coming. Yeah,
right.
That's cute.
Yeah,
and I guess being outside, it's probably not much danger in it leaving. I wouldn't think, but you never know.
Well, and sometimes we came out of a store one time at Disney. This was in September, and Piglet and Pooh were just walking by. And of course they had, their person with them that was the cast member, but they just kind of walked by and they went, backstage, but, or back behind everything. But that was kind of neat. I mean, you still see the characters. It's just not the same as it was before. And I'm sure it'll eventually get back to that, but I think it's going to be here for a while.
And they are working on experiences where you can be a little closer to the characters. Those are in the works. They're coming, and they'll be giving us more information about that soon. So far, they've said something's coming. That's all we know. But they realize that it's an issue, so they're working on that. They want it to be a magical experience for every guest that shows up.
Sure. I wonder if they will like give a little more leeway if you provide proof of vaccination or something like that, with the getting closer to the characters, or that would probably be pretty hard to enforce though.
It probably would be. Right now they haven't asked for, your vaccination card or anything, but something else they've kind of changed since COVID has happened is the new park pass reservations. Even a couple of years ago, you didn't have to do that when you booked a Disney trip, and you have to do that now, or you won't be going to a park.
There's what do you mean by park pass?
Well, so when you book a trip, let's say that, one of your clients books a trip in March. They have to go into their My Disney Experience, and they have to pull up this calendar and click on each date that they're going to be there and choose what park they're going to that morning. So let's say they're going March the 12th through the 14th. On the 12th, they want to go to Magic Kingdom, they have to click 12th and then Magic Kingdom. On the 13th, they have to click on the 13th and Hollywood Studios. On the 14th, hit 14 in Animal Kingdom.
So you actually have to reserve your day at the park.
Reserve your park day.
You do. Yeah. You do that for every person, every ticketed person in your family. Now, if you have someone who's, like 2 and under, they don't have to have tickets. You don't have to make a reservation for them.
But for every ticket.
But if you have a park hopper pass, then after 2 o'clock, you can hop to another park that's available. You know, so it's not like you're only relegated to that one park.
But you have to start there and stay there till 2.
But you
Yes.
exactly you
Yes,
start
that's
there,
exactly right.
and that's where you have to go the first part of your day.
And I'm sure you can find information if the park you're wanting to hop to is full and not available. I'm sure
Yes.
that's all accessible during
And
the
then,
day.
right, and then when you are making, see, we don't have fast passes now. Now we have Genie Plus and Lightning lanes. So when you are making your Lightning lane choices, it needs to be for the park that you made a reservation for.
Okay.
And when you are choosing your dining reservations, I would stick with the park that you have a reservation for. If dining is super duper important to you, if all you want to do the whole time you're on that trip is to eat at Cinderella's Royal Table, then make your dining, look at the park reservation calendar, see what days Magic Kingdom is available, make
And
your dining based
do
on
it for that day.
and then get your park reservation.
And you can change your park pass reservation. It's just if you wait till, I don't know. I mean, it varies, depends on what time of year you go. But like if somebody wanted to go to Disney tomorrow, they're not going to get a park pass reservation for Magic Kingdom. You just going last minute is just out of the question right now.
It takes even more planning than usual.
It does. It really does.
Especially if you're particular about how you want to do your trip.
Exactly.
And speaking of dining, the dining plans aren't available right now.
No, they're not. They haven't brought those back yet. We keep hoping that they will, and you know, we just haven't got any kind of word that they're coming back. But we're holding out and hope that maybe they'll come back one day because we have most of our clients really enjoyed the Disney plan.
Right.
The word on the street is that they will probably come back, but we don't know what they'll look like when they come back. We don't know what the cost will be.
And we don't know that they're going to
We don't know
back.
100% that they're coming back. So it's like, you know, there was a lot of speculation about fast passes, and then, you know, that totally changed. So you can't say for sure what things will be.
We don't know till we know.
We don't know till we know. And there's always rumors out there. Until Disney announces it, don't believe it.
Until it becomes Disney official. It is.
Exactly.
It's up in the air.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, sounds like a lot of things are the same, but a lot of things have taken a little turn, and you have to navigate a little more and be a little more thoughtful. And that's a good reason to get a planner, because they are on top of all these things, and just like the three of us, we can help navigate all that. So
yes, I would definitely say, and I'm not just saying this because we're all travel advisors, but with every change that has happened in 2021 at Disney, I would not want to try to do that by myself if I've never been to Disney before. And even if I've been to Disney all the time, there's so much new. Just the Disney Genie Plus alone is kind of nerve-wracking for people. You know, they'll call and say, I don't understand this. And that's part of our job, is to help you through all that.
And we had to learn it too. So
exactly. Yes.
We had to learn it, and then we pass it on to our clients. So
yeah,
it's always good. Is there anything else y'all want to add before we get off?
I would just say, if you're holding back on going to the parks, Universal, Orlando, or Walt Disney World, I would not let the mask hold you back. I mean, yes, it's a little different, but it's not enough to make you stay at home. And in my opinion, that
not
you
a deal breaker.
Wear a mask.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. If I were interested in going and I wanted to go and wanted to take my children, I would do it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let that stand in the way.
I would not.
No, we took Chloe in September. We had the best time. And
how did she do with it? Was she okay?
She was fine. She loved it. She couldn't wait to go back. And that the mask, I mean, didn't bother her at all.
And I mean, even kids are used to it by now. So
Kids are troopers.
They are.
they're
Yeah,
tougher than
they are.
us most of the time.
They are.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah. Yeah, I would say just do it. I wouldn't hold back because I feel like that, we're gonna be dealing with this for a long time. So
You might not want to be waiting till
yeah,
everything's over because it may be a while
it may be a while. Yeah,
to
definitely. I wouldn't
things,
look
all
for my
the
plans.
rules and everything are back like they used to be, and that may never happen again.
That's right.
Exactly. That's
And
true.
if you love Disney, go to Disney.
Hmm.
If you love Universal, if you're a Harry Potter fan, go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
So much fun.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
don't let this
Don't let
mess
that
up
one
your
little thing mess you up.
don't
Yeah.
let it mess up your travel life. You can still travel. We've traveled all year.
Hmm. Yes.
Yep.
Really.
Well, thank you, ladies. That you never know till you talk to somebody who's been. You never know what that looks like, and so thank you for sharing that with us. So, if you have any questions or you're ready to book your Disney and Universal trip, come to us and we'll get you hooked up.
Yes.
All right.
Have a good
Thanks
day.
for
Thanks,
tuning
guys.
in. Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye.